Okay, you've heard the pretenders. Now it's time for the real deal. I have a problem when people do the best movies of 2017 or any year. I have a problem with a lot of people that do this. They're paid to view movies, do reviews, meaning that they built alliances and relationships with certain film organizations, film companies, or review, whatever you want to call. So they're not being genuine. They're completely not being genuine. All they're going to do is tell you all these different things about movies that they have relationships with. They're going to be very careful with how they handle it, even if the movie is bad. They're going to give you their fanboy list of the best movies for 2010, not what was actually the best movie for 2010. And I have to take my own fanism out of it and say, okay, this is the best film of 2017. And that's hard to do. It's very difficult to do because you're taking into effect viewing the movie as a whole, not what you enjoyed the most. You know, it's not about that. These are actually the best films of the year. Now we got to get some honorable mentions. Honorable mentions to All the Money in the World. Honorable mentions to movies like It, which was very well done and just showed what a score could really do to a film. Um, Geez, there's so many to name that it's hard for me to do. There's so many that I could name right now. Star Wars: The Last Jedi gets an honorable mention, but it's not top 10 best movies of the year. And I'm the biggest Star Wars fan there is. Logan, I, Tanya, and hmm, a lot of people say Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman was a good movie. I wouldn't definitely put it in the top 10. And Phantom Thread, it was a good movie. Wasn't outstanding like the Florida Project, and a lot of people put the Florida Project up there. These are all honorable mentions. And I'm not gonna make the video in which you can scroll through just to looking at the pictures, and you can go, okay, all right, that's the one he did. Mm-mm. Pictures will deceive you in this video. You won't be able to tell which picture is I'm choosing to be number one at all. So here it is. Number 10, we have Three Billboards Outside of Ebbing. Now, without question, this is one of the best films of the year. It's very well shot. It's very simple, but it's effective. And this is Sam. I mean, how many times have we seen this performance? I mean, Rockwell knocks it out the park once again. And this is probably his best performance that he's done to date as far as a character going through many different arcs in the film. And it switches because you don't know how to keep up with everything that's going on in the film. Um, Number 9 is Mudbound. Outstanding performances in this film. as the struggle for this land takes place back in the late 1900s, and you're seeing it's a period piece, and Mary J. Blige gives a tremendous performance in this film. What would I like about it is, again, very well shot. Um, the editing is on point. The sound is, and you're gonna get some of the most stellar acting performances you have seen in Mudbound. Mudbound is a Netflix movie too. This is the highest rated Netflix original movie that's probably ever been. So definitely check it out. Number seven to me, I mean number eight to me is Good Time. Good Time with Robert Pattinson is a tremendously well shot film. To be shot at night, it looks amazing. Most of the shot scenes and most of the things that happen were at nighttime after an incident happened with two brothers at a bank, and one's trying to get the other one out of jail. I really enjoyed the film, and it is definitely one of the best films of the year. Now, if you want to watch reviews of these films, definitely I have them on my page. Go through the timeline and check them out. This is not the review. We're just giving you the top 10. Now, number 7 is Wonder. I mean, what more could I say? It's a very powerful film, and I thought it was tremendously done, and it's been underrated by a lot of film goers and movie goers. It doesn't go pretty much in the direction you think it's gonna go. It actually has its own path in getting there. And it's a boy born with a skeletal disease, and he's going to school for the first time. And fifth grade just, you know, doesn't really have that effect as everyone else is out there thinking. Number 6 on this list was uh, was actually gosh, what was the name of that movie? It was very high on my list, and my list is fresh. Like, this is nothing written down on paper. This is like fresh off my dome. Molly's Game. Molly's Game with Jessica Chastain, um, a former Olympian who injures herself or gets injured, has some weird disease where she has to stop, starts running high-end poker games. And a lot of things happen with these high-end poker games that a lot of people didn't like. Massive investigation, a lot of secrets and stuff come out. Very well done. Very well done. I'm very proud of this film. Watched it again and had to move it up my ranking. Were there some scenes that probably need to be cut out of Aaron Sorkin's movie? Absolutely. But definitely this high up. Number 5 is Stronger with Jake Gyllenhaal. Stronger is the story of what happened behind the scenes of the guy who got his legs blown off during the Boston City Marathon, and it focused on his life. And he wasn't the kind of guy you were rooting for. You were at first, but he became an a-hole. But he was already this a-hole. It shows you what happens to a person's life who, of course, once America stopped cheering and all these things, he never wanted these things. It's a powerful, powerful movie. Definitely see it. Number 4, The Disaster Artist. I laughed so hard I fell out of my chair watching this film. It's very well shot, and it's almost scene for scene identical to how they shot The Room. So when you see them side by side, you're like, wow, these films are amazingly done. Then you got number 3, The Big Sick. The Big Sick was definitely one of the different, and that's because it happened in real life. Kumal definitely did a performance of a lifetime in this movie, making it playing himself, which is very hard to do for an actor to play them they actual selves in a movie about his life. And his girlfriend at the time, they broke up. She gets sick, and he's in the hospital, and she's unconscious. She don't know that he's there, and he's dealing with the family situation. Very good movie, The Big Sick. Number 2 on the list, Get Out. Get Out to me was unique, original. The score set the tone, very eerie dialogue that all worked. Everything in this film worked. Everybody was believable. Every character was important. They didn't minimize certain characters. They gave them life. And you saw some great acting performances. Great. I mean, it stood out so much that it lasted. It's very rare that a movie this small reaches so many people of different races and nationalities and stayed in the movies and had the replay value that it did. When you know the outcome, people still went back to go and see it. That was very impressive for a film that small. Now, the number 1 film of 2017 is the Emoji Movie. No, I'm just kidding. Is Baby Driver. Now, Baby Driver is the number 1 movie of 2017. There's no doubt in my mind, from the way it was shot, from the music, the score, the sound, the acting, the performance. No action movie, no other film had what this film had all the way through. The pacing, everything was on point, needle point. And for 2017, the best movie in the world was Baby Driver. Now I can only view this on the movies I've seen. I've watched a lot of films. Some very small indie films. Have not seen them all. So I can only judge them by the movies I've seen. And like I said, I don't have political agendas. So you won't be seeing Call Me by Your Name on my list. I saw the film, not impressed. Lady Bird, saw the film, liked it, not impressed. It's enough to put it in top 10. It's not better than these 10 movies. No, it's clearly not. But it's a lot of people have agendas and things that they have to do. And a lot of people get things confused with great performance and automatically makes that into a movie. Hello? Hello?